Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into Torchlight, Infinite, a game packed with flashy skills, wild builds, and a whole squad of heroes that all bring something different to the table. If you've ever found yourself stuck in analysis paralysis trying to pick the right hero, don't worry, we've got you covered. Some characters pop off right from the start, while others slowly build into absolute monsters in the endgame. And trust me, picking the wrong one can seriously slow you down. In this video, we're breaking down the Torchlight, Infinite hero tier list, not just based on raw power, but also how fun they are to play, how well they scale with gear, and how they fit into the current meta. Whether you're a seasoned grinder looking to push deep into endgame, or you're just hopping in for some chaos-filled fun, this list will help you find your perfect hero match, and maybe avoid a few painful rerolls along the way. Let's jump into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Torchlight Infinite. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Divine Shot Carino Ranger of Glory, Divine Shot Carino Zealot of War, Commander Moto Order Calling, Oracle Fear Wisdom of the Gods, and Oracle Fear Incarnation of the Gods. Oh boy, these heroes. You ever build a character and halfway through think, wait, did I accidentally pick hard mode? Welcome to the wild world of C tier in Torchlight, Infinite. These champions aren't necessarily bad, they're just misunderstood, or maybe misbuilt, or just slightly allergic to consistent damage. Let's dive into the lineup of heroes that make you question your life choices, but in a fun way. First up, we've got Divine Shot Carino, Ranger of Glory. Sounds glorious, right? Sadly, it's more like Ranger of Meh. Compared to his sibling build, Lethal Flash, this one just doesn't shine. Sure, early on he feels decent, maybe even promising, but as you progress, his hero talent fizzles out. He's that friend who shows up strong at the party and vanishes after 30 minutes. Not bad, just not built for the long haul. Then there's Divine Shot Carino, Zealot of War. This guy wants to be edgy and explosive, but he's juggling way too many things. Between heat levels and ammo management, it's like playing an ARPG and a cooking simulator at the same time. And unfortunately, all that work doesn't translate to big payoffs. His damage output is a little too shy to make it into higher tiers. A cool concept with frustrating execution. Commander Moto, Order Calling is next, and he's trying his best, bless him. His thing is tanking with minions, which sounds solid. Until you realize that other summoner builds just do it better. His minions sometimes feel like interns, kind of helpful, but mostly standing around waiting for you to carry the fight. If you love minion-based builds, there are simply more effective options out there. Now let's talk about Oracle Fear, Wisdom of the Gods. That name sets high expectations, and sadly, the performance doesn't match. She brings some nice utility early game, nothing game-breaking, but enough to keep you interested. The problem, she never really ramps up. Other versions of Fear leave her in the dust, especially the Blasphemer variant, which actually does what this one wants to do, but better. Oracle Fear, Incarnation of the Gods, is also here, flexing her divine potential. She definitely has her moments, especially in very specific blessing-focused setups. But outside of those niche playstyles, she just can't keep up. She's like a specialist in a world of all-rounders. Great if you're doing one specific thing, but kind of lost in the general chaos of Torchlight's endgame. Honestly, all these characters bring something fun to the table. They're quirky, they're flavorful, they make you work for your victories, but when it comes to raw performance and staying power, they just don't hold up. They're the kind of picks you run for the vibes, not for the leaderboard. Let's also not forget one crucial thing about Torchlight. Infinite. This game is fast. You stop to sneeze and you're already dead. C-tier heroes, with their slower builds or clunky mechanics, suffer even more in this environment. If you're not constantly moving or dishing out damage, you're toast. These builds often just can't keep up with that pace unless you put in serious effort or pain tolerance. So while these C-tier heroes might not win any endgame awards, they do offer something important: personality. If you want to challenge yourself, try new mechanics, or just take the road less traveled, this is your squad. Just don't expect them to carry you to meta heaven without a few stumbles along the way. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Escapist, Bing Blast Nova, Frostfire, Gemma Flame of Pleasure, and Lightbringer, Rosa High Court Chariot. You ever pick a hero and think, okay, this is it, this is the one, I'm gonna crush it this season, and then 10 hours later, you're knee-deep in reroll regrets. That's B tier in Torchlight, Infinite. These characters aren't weak by any means, but they come with strings attached. Some need very specific setups, others just refuse to shine unless you baby them through the early game. Let's talk about the heroes who are almost great, but not quite. Let's start with Escapist Bing, Blast Nova. This guy is basically a walking fireworks display. His whole deal is stacking up to 10 bombs and setting them off in a glorious, screen-shaking explosion. Sounds fun? It is fun, especially when everything around you instantly vaporizes. His area of effect damage is ridiculous, and he's surprisingly beginner-friendly. But here's the catch, those bombs don't place or explode themselves. If you're not careful with timing and positioning, you'll be setting off your big combo into empty air like a confused party clown. Next up, Frostfire Gemma, Flame of Pleasure. Now that's a name that raises some eyebrows. Gemma's variant here specializes in casting Purgatory, a deadly zone that softens enemies up for more damage. She brings excellent area control and a nice flow in group fights. Sounds amazing, right? Except it's a bit clunky. Her spell uptime can feel inconsistent and the Purgatory zones don't always land where or when you want them. She's powerful, but you'll feel like you're playing tug of war with your own build half the time. And then there's Lightbringer Rosa, High Court Chariot. This isn't your flashy, in-your-face kind of hero. She's more of a watch me slowly, become unkillable, and then delete everything type. Her trait boosts damage when casting Holy Domain, while also giving her great survivability and murderous intent regeneration. She's perfect for slow, calculated players who like dragging enemies into their circle of doom. But again, this is not a high-speed thrill ride. This is chess with holy explosions. If you prefer mobile, high-energy builds, Rosa might feel like you're fighting underwater. So here's the thing with B tier, all of these heroes can be strong. Bing can delete a screen in a heartbeat, Gemma can melt crowds with cursed fire, and Rosa can stand her ground like a boss. But they all demand something in return, whether it's precise placement, strict timing, or high investment in the right gear and skills. They're the heroes that say, sure, I'll carry, but only if you carry me first. Take Bing for example. His damage output is top tier when you set it up right. But if your bomb placement is even slightly off, the whole combo just fizzles. You'll spend half your time corralling enemies like you're herding sheep just to land the perfect detonation. And in high mobility fights, good luck sticking around long enough to pull it off cleanly. Gemma's Flame of Pleasure version brings one of the coolest visuals in the game. Purgatory looks amazing and weakening enemies inside it is a neat mechanic, but sadly, the build can feel like you're dragging a sled uphill. Her other versions tend to scale better into endgame content, making Flame of Pleasure feel like the stylish cousin who never quite gets their life together. Rosa is a tanky dream. If you like playing the long game, stacking blocks, setting up zones, and watching enemies crumble inside your holy circle, she's got you covered. But she suffers from positioning problems and limited mobility. You mess up your placement, you wait, you lose your buffs, you die. It's that kind of relationship. So yeah, B tier is full of characters with potential, but they won't hand it to you on a silver platter. They're not bad choices, just not plug and play. They're for players who enjoy working a little harder, experimenting with mechanics, and making those off-meta builds work. If you're up for a challenge and don't mind the quirks, these heroes can still bring the heat. Just don't expect them to do it without some serious prep. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, the Forsaken Iris Vigilant Breeze, Katai Erika, Winestalker, Commander Moto Charge Calling, Berserker Rehan Seething Silhouette, and Tide Whisper Selena Singh with the Tide. Alright, let's get real about A tier heroes in Torchlight, Infinite. These picks don't necessarily blow your socks off like the S tier legends, but they get the job done with style, consistency, and enough punch to carry you through most challenges. Think of them as your trusty sidekicks who don't steal the spotlight but always come through when it counts. Starting strong with the Forsaken Iris, Vigilant Breeze. Iris is basically your sturdy guardian angel with a minion army. Her Vigilant Breeze trait buffs her Spirit Magi minions, making them tanky and deadly. She's a reliable powerhouse who can clear supreme level 14 content without breaking a sweat. If you want to crush late game content without juggling too many buttons, Iris is your girl. Solid damage, durable minions, and minimal babysitting. Then there's Cat-Eye Erica, Windstalker, the speed demon you never knew you needed. This dual blade assassin thrives on quick movement and dodging, turning her into a blur of deadly strikes. Her build stacks extra multi-strikes and mobility, perfect for weaving through enemies and dropping burst damage before they even blink. If you like the idea of playing a high-octane ninja with blades flashing everywhere, Erica's the hero for you. Commander Moto, Charge Calling brings us a fun minion hybrid playstyle. He summons bomb minions that sprint toward enemies and explode with massive area of effect damage. It's a build that's both accessible and powerful, giving you a taste of summoner action without too much complexity. If you enjoy having little explosions going off all over the place while still controlling the fight, Moto will keep things entertaining. Let's not forget Berserker Rihan, Seething Silhouette. This guy is a melee beast with a twist. His trait calls forth an ancestor spirit that copies his main skills, doubling down on melee bursts. It's a flexible build that dishes out heavy damage and keeps things straightforward. If you're into smashing faces up close but want some added AoE flair, Rihan is a solid pick. Tide Whisper, Selena, Sing with the Tide is probably one of the more unique heroes you'll find. She plants bubbles that create area effects and then strikes inside them to buff herself. This layered playstyle requires some finesse but rewards you with excellent synergy between movement, sustain, and damage. Master her rhythm and you'll control the battlefield like a true tactician. One thing that makes A-tier heroes even sweeter is the free respecs available up to level 80. This lets you experiment with talents and builds without sweating over mistakes. So if you're curious about how different playstyles feel or want to tweak your setup, the game's got your back. In the end, these A-tier heroes might not be the flashiest or the absolute best, but their versatility and reliability make them perfect for players who want a balanced experience. Whether you're looking to speedrun through mobs with Erica, hold the line with Iris, or explode faces with Moto's minions, these picks are dependable companions for your Torchlight. Infinite Journey. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Divine Shot, Carino Lethal Flash, Berserker Rihan Anger, Cat-Eye Erica, Lightning Shadow, Frostfire, Gemma Icefire Fusion, Oracle Fear Blasphemer, Space-Time Witness Yuga Illusion, and Space-Time Witness Yuga Elapse. Alright, buckle up because we're diving into the S-tier heroes of Torchlight, Infinite, the absolute heavy hitters who make the rest of the roster look like warm-ups. These champions aren't just good, they're downright terrifying once you get them rolling. If you want to dominate the meta and smash through content like it's nothing, these are your go-to picks. Let's kick things off with Divine Shot Carino, Lethal Flash. This guy's shotgun-style projectiles combined with lightning-fast reloads make him a burst damage machine. Whether you're running builds like Ice Shot or Ring of Blades, Carino can shred through tier 7 content like butter. The speed and a burst combo make him a nightmare for enemies who dare stand still, and trust me, they won't. Then there's Berserker of Rihan, Anger, the definition of rage-fueled destruction. Once his rage meter fills, he enters berserk mode and everything changes. His attacks hit harder, he becomes way tankier, and he just bulldozes through packs like a human wrecking ball. Consistent, reliable, and absolutely brutal in close combat, Rihan's burst damage is no joke. Cat-Eye Erica, Lightning Shadow is next on our list, bringing that perfect blend of mobility and burst damage. She's built around dodging and weaving through enemies, chaining multi-strike combos, and triggering stun and lightning procs that leave foes stunned. Literally, if you want to feel like a lightning-fast ninja assassin, Erica's Lightning Shadow build is your ticket to high clear speed and deadly precision. Now let's talk about Frostfire Gemma, Icefire Fusion. This hybrid build perfectly mixes cold and fire magic, unleashing explosive area of effect blasts that can control crowds or punish bosses. Her fusion energy trait lets her juggle devastating combos, melting enemies with a chilly burn that's as beautiful as it is deadly. If you like versatility with a flair for dramatic explosions, Gemma's got you covered. Moving into more niche but equally powerful territory, Oracle Fear, Blasphemer takes support buffs to a whole new level. By converting blessings into erosion damage, she turns what might seem like secondary effects into explosive burst damage capable of tearing down even the toughest enemies. She's a bit of a specialist, but when built right, Fear becomes an absolute force of destruction. Don't sleep on Space-Time Witness Yuga Illusion. His twisted space-time skill summons a shadow double that casts his main abilities for you, effectively doubling your damage output. Plus, activating this skill buffs Yuga himself, turning him into a walking powerhouse with insane sustained DPS. It's like having a clone doing half the work. What's not to love? And finally, Space-Time Witness Yuga, Elapse adds even more firepower by boosting damage over time effects. His trait enhances skills like Flame Jet when enemies are caught in time-distorted areas, making him excellent at area control and prolonged fights. If you enjoy strategic positioning and watching enemies melt slowly, Elapse Yuga will become your best friend. All in all, these S-tier heroes bring insane damage, incredible utility, and build variety that fits any playstyle, from shotgun blasts and melee rampages to nimble assassinations and magical mayhem. Pick one, level up, and watch the world burn beneath your feet. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.